Good morning, everybody. It's already Sunday. If you missed us last week, it's because we weren't here. Lucy was camping and I was running around buying stuff for eBay. So,
Yes, and I had a good time. We were out and I had no reception, so we were kind of
every
disconnected from the
reseller,
world.
every reseller, and even every non-reseller really needs to have time that we unplug from the internet. Because whether you're a reseller or not, everybody is online on their phone, on the apps, and it's so healthy for us to unplug.
It is. And I should say my husband's not a big fisherman, but got to harvest oysters and clams off of the Hood Canal, and then we cooked them up and we ate them and had a good time.
Good morning, Armand. Thanks for hanging out with us. We have got some new things that were released this week a little bit. Amazon sent out an email, and I had copy and pasted and shared it with Lucy, but the links did not come through. But it was about Amazon's peak fulfillment fees that happen every year. And so I wanted to share those fees with everybody now. I mean, we can't change it. That is what it is. And the post office charges extra fees at Q4. So everybody has to pay it. But I did want to tell you all that it starts October the 15th is when these fees begin, and they are charged all the way through January 14th. So it's 2 full months of these extra fees. Amazon Fulfillment by FBA, their fees are going to be the same as last year. But they are going to introduce a holiday peak fulfillment fee for the multi-channel fulfillment in Canada specifically. So these peak fees cover increased fulfillment, transportation costs, blah, blah, blah. So the peak fulfillment fees for FBA are now available for preview in the revenue calculator and the fee economics preview report. So you guys can log into your Amazon account and find those if there are costs that you may be concerned about with the extra fees. Hopefully everyone has enough margins put into your listings that those fees are not going to matter. But if you do have items that are just like on the cusp of not being profitable, those are the SKUs you may want to look at. I know there's a lot of high volume sellers that make $1 or less profit on an item, but they sell like hundreds of them a month. It could hurt those particular products. So you definitely want to check those out.
Okay, so I brought that up.
Okay.
This is the S. So if you click the hamburger, the 3 little lines in the upper left, go down to reports, and then it's my last report, and it's called, I think, SKU Economics Report. I got to bookmark that because this is a new place to go. And good morning, Reno, Kathy, Armand. Nice to see you guys here. So first up, if you go into every SKU, you can go and look and see how many was sold during a particular period of time. I'm running reports on Halloween items right now to see how many Halloween items we want to send in this year for certain clients. And then this is what it says to go to: fees and economic preview report. So totals, and let's see here, we can do custom range. So that might be what I want to do. Let's see here. We can look at base surcharges, storage fee, referral and closing, sales data. So I'm going to have to play around with this. But
I love these reports. I pulled a few yesterday. Well, not yesterday, on Friday. So Fridays are Finance Friday, as you all know. And I love pulling reports and looking at numbers as I decide what items need price increases, what items I need to send in more of. I got a crawling baby over here. And there is a new report that is in Amazon. Me and Lucy were talking about it this morning, and it goes in line with this here. If you do the hamburger menu, go down to reports, the very last one that opens up in that list is called Selling Economics.
That's what I was on.
Yeah. When you're there, you will have a summary, which of course you're not sharing because that is the main page before you got to this. It will pull all of your net proceeds, your sales, fulfillment. It gives you a report of everything. The only thing that is left out of it is the last box, which is cost of goods. Now, I have the cost of goods plugged into my SKU economics. So if you click your SKU within your inventory, and it takes you to the SKU economics report that Lucy was talking about, there is a portion in there where you can actually hit edit and enter in your buy cost of an item. So even though I've entered in my buy cost on my SKU economic level, it does not pull up on this particular report. I don't know how we would be able to get our cost of goods programmed into here. That I don't know how to do. But please take a look at this report if you have not. It's literally the best report. It's called Profit Analytics. So when you click, starting off at the hamburger, and go to reports and click on selling economics and fees, it automatically opens you up to this profit analytics page that I'm talking about. From there, then there's a menu bar at the top. Your second option is called revenue calculator, and that's where that revenue calculator is.
Hold on, I'm going to try and follow that. What did you just say?
To start, okay, so go to the hamburger. You go down to reports. The very last one is selling economics and fees, right?
Okay, so that's where I was at, yeah.
When you click that, it should automatically open you up to your profit analytics page.
No, it opens up to the page that I was showing you.
That's so strange. Mine automatically opens up to profit analytics. Now, up above, do you have other tabs? Like I have revenue calculator.
I got this one, fees and economic preview and additional financial input.
But you don't have your profit analytics report.
No.
Interesting. I wonder why I do and you don't. I wonder if there's a setting in here that you can choose to give you that report. I'm curious if any of you are online watching, if you can go log into your Amazon accounts and follow that same prompting and tell me if you guys have this analytics report like I do, or if you're like Lucy and it's not showing. If
Send me a link and then I can.
If that's the case, we may need to analyze why. If there's a setting, I will send you in a private chat the link to mine, and you can see if it will open it up for you. It could be a matter of giving a special link, but I love this report.
Okay, so I pulled a report. Let me see if I can share this. This is what the raw data looks like. And so I just pulled like September 1st to November, I think 11th last year. And I can go through and I can sort it by ASIN. Let's see here. What is this one? Average sales price, units sold, units returned, net units, sales data, and net sales. So that's going to be handy. In order to get this to sort, you're going to highlight all your data, and then you're going to hit this little filter button. And then you can come through and let's do it by largest. So the largest units that were sold were right there at 467 units. So got a little bit of data scrubbing. When I work with people, or even for myself, I like to kind of sort it, organize it, and then analyze maybe the top 10 or the top 30, or, some people will be like, how do I see the top 50 items that were sold last Q4? Okay, now this is how you do it. You can go through and analyze all that.
Now, if you click the link I gave you, let me know if it will open you up to that report that I get in our private chat there.
Yes.
It's a really great report. So for you guys watching, I hope you can access it. Lucy may be able to find a way.
Yes, but I don't know how to. Oh, okay. Hold on. I may have. It does look different.
It is one of the most useful reports Amazon has ever given us, ever.
They're hiding it from me.
Did it open it up to your page?
Yes, but okay, hold on. I'll show you. So on my page, it has selling economics, and then we've got profit analytics, revenue calculator, report, fees.
That's the way it comes up for me when I start from the hamburger menu. It starts off right there.
Hold on, mine. This is how mine originally looked. There's no bar up here, and I only get these three. Weird. But when I go over to yours, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Amazing. Isn't that great?
This is why it's so hard.
This is why resellers have to talk to each other. Like, this is why we have to do that.
It's unbelievably,
Yeah.
they make it hard.
Well,
And
save that link. Save that link for yourself on a spreadsheet somewhere.
absolutely,
It's
I'm gonna
such a
bookmark it and everything.
yes.
And what makes this hard for people that are just starting, and this really is kind of a pet peeve of mine, is, you know, like most of us, we're pretty self-sufficient, right? When we don't
Yeah.
know something, we go and we find it out. Well, when you Google like how to get to these pages, or even within Amazon's little search bar, you go through a ringer, and you're like, what? I just want the link. Like, why can't I just get to that page? Or you'll go see like a how to get to your profit analyzer, and then you're going, I don't have that button. Well, I don't have that button. So how am I supposed to do that?
That's right. And you get some different reports on that. So the SKU economics report, you can pull the things Lucy already shared: your sales data, your fee data, advertising spend data, off Amazon costs, so on and so forth. Then the next tab over is a fee and economics preview report. There you can get your fulfillment base rate surcharges, storage fee base rate surcharges, referral and closing fees, net proceeds, sales data. You
No, I
get
don't,
even more information there. And then they do have a final tab that says additional financial inputs. For me, I get nothing on that page. It is blank. It could be
okay, hold
because
on,
Amazon is
So I've
in the
got,
process. Yeah.
you said which one's the one that has all the fees?
Additional finance inputs, the very last one.
This one?
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Let me click on that and see what happens.
That one is, for me, is blank.
Well, this is what I get. I get
And
additional. So,
oh, see, that's looks cost of goods sold. So there you could enter in your cost of goods sold should you want to track that within Amazon. Some people may not want to track that within Amazon because you feel like you don't need Amazon knowing what your cost of goods are. And I get that too. It could
yeah,
just
I don't
be
want Amazon to know anything.
right.
Good
But
Lord, they're not trustworthy with that data.
But I find these tabs fantastic. They are so useful. And this is one of the things that I can say is kudos to Amazon. This is one great update. You've finally done something useful.
Okay, look at this. You could do a sales forecast weekly. I don't know. Okay, I definitely gotta spend some time.
Yeah, so this is really something great. And Reno, I can send you that link.
I can before I say I can send it, let me see if I can send it. Because every time I click on it, it takes me away from that link, which is weird.
Huh.
So as soon as I clicked on that, the upper bar that you had disappears.
Okay, Reno, I just sent you that link.
Oh, I was going to send it here too. There we go. Yeah, and I bookmarked it because it's not wanting to. I'm not sure, and that's what I wind up doing with a lot of people because I'm like, trying to find it on Amazon with Amazon. I'm like, oh, let me just send you a link because it's so difficult. And it doesn't need to be, people. It does not need to be. All right. Well, that is really cool. I like that. I'm going to be pulling that report, and this report that I just pulled, I will get it sorted. And I think that's always a nice thing to kind of look and see what were your sales for a particular item. And then you can see, okay, how many units am I going to really need to be sending in? So that's cool. The only thing that is like, they don't have the name of the product on here. And everybody I work with uses all sorts of weird SKUs. Like, I name the SKUs based on the product. Like, if I was selling this coffee mug, it'd be like black coffee mug, graduation. And that's my SKU.
Yeah.
Because I want to be able to look at it. But everybody else is like 123X96. And I'm like, now I got to go look up what that is. So I got to see if I could put that into the report, a description. Like, just give me the title. Why can't we have the title? Why do you hide the title?
Oh, and I do want to also point out something Reno had shared with me this week is go into your manage all inventory page. Up at the very top of our page, you have a row that says listing tools. And the first is all inventory where you're at. But the second one should say search, suppressed, and inactive listings.
Yes.
And on this page, and this has been around for a long time.
Yeah.
But with Amazon shutting down and brands, taking over their listings and just all the things that have really been going on with Amazon in the last few months, you can see listings that you have suppressed listings, and you may have some at-risk listings. This has been here for a very long time. I currently have one at-risk listing, and it by September 1st, if I don't remove my item, it says this ASIN has a G10 code that does not match the brand associated with it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to want to sell out or remove inventory that is showing up there before the due date that Amazon gives you. So make sure you check in there. I know Reno had a few. Another friend of ours, I think, had like 5 in there, and they weren't aware of it. So definitely check there, because you want to check and take care of it before it ends up on your account health page. So Amazon is warning us a month before these things are going to be a problem. So the one I have in there, I just now deleted it.
I go in here all the time, and like sometimes this is important, sometimes it's not. Like your inventory out of stock if that's important. Pricing issues, those are usually easily cleared up. A lot of times I'll find that somebody put in including myself, put in like a minimum price of 12, and then now you're on sale for 10, and then you get a pricing error. Detail page removed, that's important. You want to go see like, why was it removed? And then closed, why was it closed? And then invalid information. This I get hit with all the time, especially if it's other people's products.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe this is a good question for Tina here. I don't remember if we know this one or not. My current ones are for a brand that I have a letter of authorization for, and it won't let me update the description, and the description is empty, and so it's getting listed as suppressed because there's no description. But when I try to update and add a description, it won't let me because they say I'm not the brand owner.
Right.
And then if I show an LOA, will they let me do that?
Well, I had a situation where that happened to me as well. I showed the LOA and they wouldn't let me. Then I went back in there like a day or two later, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to try to update it anyway. And I just went in through manage inventory, clicked the 3 dots, and edited the listing that way there at the end. I did not do flat file because I never do flat files. I updated the listing and Amazon updated it. I didn't have to open a case. I didn't do anything. So did they really enter in that I had a letter of authorization, even though they wouldn't let me fix it before? And even though they said no, did something happen? I don't know, because all of a sudden 2 days later, I was able to update with no issue. I think a letter of authorization to sell something isn't necessarily a letter of authorization to change the listing. And that's where I think the problem could lie. It perhaps could be in the wording.
Yeah, I got to go back and look at the wording because they sent it to me 2 days ago, and it's already out of my brain on how it was worded. So I will look at that. But I did have, are we done with this part?
Yes.
For right now? Okay. I had 2 things to share with the group. I wrote them down, thank goodness. Otherwise, I totally forget things. I don't know about that. It's for you guys. I walk into a room and I'll forget, what was I here for? What's going on? I have to write everything down in my life.
It only gets worse with age.
Oh, man. Yeah. I'll be tell my kids right now, there'll be a point where you got to put mom in a room because I will be that dementia person. I can feel it in my brain that it just deteriorates. Okay, so this has been my problem for the last, I don't know, this has been going on for 2 or 3 weeks since one of the last updates. And it's not like they tell you when the updates are. I just, you log in and you notice things and have changed. And you're like,
yeah,
what's going on? So if you're doing a feed file and you have FBA products in there, typically they get listed and then they go into your stranded inventory, and you can click change to FBA in that listing, and it just changes it and goes fine. What it's saying now is listing error. And you have two options. One is create a removal order, and I can't remember what the other one is, but it's neither of them are to change it back to FBA. So my dumb butt contacted Amazon, which was useless once again. It's like they just proved to me over and over and over again how useless they are. And they were like, oh, we don't know what's going on. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Never gave me really any answers. So while I was working that case, I just tried going to add a product, putting in the ASIN, and then when you go to add the product, which that page has changed, if you guys haven't noticed, when you add a product, they now have like the information over on the left, and then they have just the information that you're going to need to put in on the right. It is definitely more streamlined. I like it. And I just put in, copy and paste the SKU and listed it, and it fixed the error. Now, meanwhile, this product was still live in my inventory, and it didn't show any errors in the inventory. It was just still in fixed stranded inventory with no actionable item to do. And seller support could not give me a roadmap to success. So all I did was to add the product, copy and paste the SKU, say it's FBA, and put in the price and hit save, and cleared up in less than 2 minutes. So
nice. Well, I'm going to share this article. This is a really good article. Huh?
I brought it up too, if it's the compliance.
So this article is very good for those of you who are private label sellers, who have your own brands and create your own listings.
Hold on, are you adding it, or do you want me to add it?
It is the Amazon Compliance is Tighter Than Ever article.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it right there. So in this article, it really breaks that down. This is about listings that have been being taken down, shut down, getting flagged for errors because of AI literally scrubbing our listings now. And right here, where the government pressure, it's talking about Amazon being sued for, by the FDA and the FTC. So a lot of the times, most of the times, it's AI that is enforcing these triggers because there could be words in your listing that shouldn't be there. So if you were to go down a little bit lower from here is examples in different categories. These are the top categories that are really being hit. Think supplements like, protein powders, what have you, skincare products, pet products, fitness gear, tech gadgets. And what's not on this list, which is also included in this, is baby items. These have already been the categories for a long time that Amazon has already looked at with much more scrutiny. So I've worked with a few clients who have had these things happen to them recently. They are being flagged, their listings, for their bullet points that have been on there for years. So previously allowed, for instance, wellness, you're making a claim that it boosts the energy and your mental clarity. Now it's being flagged or blocked because it must say supports energy metabolism when paired with diet. Like you can't make certain claims, like the skincare eliminates wrinkles and acne fast. Now it requires substantiation or must be rewarded to improves appearance. So AI is flagging these things, and you have to be careful about making claims. What this article does not include, which some of my clients have been getting flagged for, it's been a favorite way of mine for years to make listings, is the first several words on each bullet point I put in all capitals. Like if it was this one here, I might put boost energy and mental clarity in all caps, and then put the little hyphen line, and then put my little snippet about that. Amazon has now changed their policy on this. If you go to listing creation, you are now not allowed to put all capitals like that at the beginning of each bullet point.
What?
Mm-hmm. So
I saw the emoji update. You're not allowed to put emojis. Are you serious?
Yeah. So now
we got to find that one.
I wouldn't necessarily stop doing that. Personally, I won't stop doing that. But if any of my listings get flagged for it, I will go in there and correct it. Once you correct it, it does fix the listing. One of my clients, I wish I could remember the verbiage that was used in his listing, and it was for a mailbox. And the word that he used in his listing shocked me that it was flagged. I had to get Amazon support to help me. And when he told me the word, it was like, what? And even he said, yeah, I don't know, but he says it's specifically that word that's being flagged. If I open up my conversation with my client, I can find what that word was, but it shocked me. And once we removed that word, his listing was fixed. Yeah, Brooklyn says those 5 categories basically cover all items sold on Amazon. Seriously.
Hold on, I almost got it up.
And then while you're looking, I'm actually going to see if I can find that word that they use, because sometimes these words, it's like, are you kidding me? Like, that makes no sense.
Okay, so I went to product detail page rules. Use capital letters only for the first letter of each word. Do not use capital letters throughout the attribute. This applies to titles, bullet points, product descriptions.
That's right.
And this is the part that I remembered. I can't remember when this updated, but within the last year was the emojis. No emojis, emojicons. What's the difference between emojis and emoticons?
I really don't know.
I gotta ask that question now. Or symbols.
Yeah, like how some people put like a green box with a check mark, and Amazon doesn't want you doing any of that. All right, I found the word that was flagged on this mailbox listing. The word was versatile.
What?
Yes.
You're so naughty.
Yeah, the word was versatile. That their mailbox, had a versatile uses, and you can't.
That is utterly ridiculous.
Yes. And once I used that, remove the word versatile from their bullet point, their listing was restored. Crazy.
All right. Brooklyn says hashtags.
Yeah, I don't think you can use those either.
Okay. So I think I have the capital letters at the first of my bullet points for just about everything. I have been getting the flagged for the title where, if you have the title, black coffee mug featuring black ceramic for coffee and tea or something, anytime you duplicate the word in the title, that's going to start flagging. So if you had the word black in there, or coffee or mug in there twice,
they'll call it repetitive use.
And it usually it will flag it, and then it has a little blurb that says use of repetitive word in the title. And so then you just got to take out the repetitive words. And like everything, it's still the same. It's been this way for at least a decade. Do the fix and then off click so that it refreshes and verifies. And then as soon as it goes green, then you've fixed what needs to be fixed. Some people don't off click and they're waiting forever and they're like, it's still flagging. You got to off click, and nobody knows that either when you're first starting.
Yeah, so I definitely do not like this update. Love the reports. I don't like not having up my all caps. And honestly, even as a shopper, I like the bullet points that have that all cap, because I know them like me. You put that most important feature. None of us want to read an entire bullet point. Nobody wants to read all that. But if I want to quickly scan below because I'm looking for something specific, like let's say I'm trying to find a pair of jeans for myself. I'm a short girl. I want petite jeans. So I might have typed into Amazon, jeans, petite size. And a lot of times it takes me to full length jeans for everyday women, not as short girls. And so a lot of times I might scan down at that bullet point because I'm specifically looking for that word petite in there, because I want to make sure they're petite size. So I don't want to have to read that whole bullet point. I like those all caps where people highlight that. Not all listings are getting flagged for that. Like I said, I've worked with several clients, and my one client, out of all of their listings, they were only flagged on that one for the word versatile. And then I also had to remove all those capital intro bullet points on that specific listing to get it active again. All their other listings still have the all caps and they're not flagged at all. So I will leave mine alone until they force me.
Yeah.
Does it want to come in here?
I'm not doing extra work, but I will now going forward, because I got like some flat files in the works. This is for if there is brand registered ASINs. So I got to read this later, because I, as a seller, sell on other brands.
Right.
And as a brand owner, I have, I've come across this. What was it the other day? I love and hate the chat feature with Amazon. each chat has cost me about an hour of time, but it's really about 5 minutes worth of time. So I can have the chat going and then, just answer every couple of minutes. So definitely work on something else while you're doing a chat. Anyhow, they were trying to tell me that on this particular brand, they were taking the input from all the sellers on that, and they have to take all the information and put what they feel is best on there. And I'm going, I'm the only one selling it.
Right.
I'm the only one selling it, and I'm the brand owner.
Yeah, that's been a long time thing on Amazon, that there may be other sellers, and I tell them I'm the only one. I've been the only one on this listing for 3 years.
Just sometimes the stupidity really, really gets to me. Okay, hold on. I'm looking to see what else was up here. I bought ChatGPT last night, Tina. I thought of you. I almost
broke down and did it. Did you upload your first file into it to see why I love it?
No. What was I doing? I was doing our thumbnail. I did our thumbnail in ChatGPT.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, oh, okay, a little extra. But what I did was I took your article and I ran it through this article that we just read.
Okay.
And it gave me a little bit of a summary. It's honestly about as summarized as we just read. They summarized that right here. And then I said, because my question to AI was, what do we need to do as a seller, right? So this is what the practical checklist they came up with. Audit your current listings, institute messaging reviews as part of your process workflow. Okay. Monitor AI enforcement trends and false positives. How are you supposed to do that? Like monitor the AI? I don't even know how to do that. AI, tell me more.
Yeah. AI, how do I monitor you?
Yeah, how do I monitor you, by the way? Stay aligned with evolving readable regulations. See, again, that's another one. Like stay aligned with evolving. This is what I call, oh my God, hold on, I got a baby.
He just wants to be in here in the worst way. He just keeps trying to crawl
he
in
can
here.
Join him and his cookie monster shirt.
He's like,
yeah, this is what I call corporate speak, where I have read entire paragraphs and stuff. And there's fun things out there where they just say a bunch of words and it's not anything that's actionable, but it sounds really smart. Stay aligned with evolving readable regulations and Amazon's policies. You want to go, no, shoot, Sherlock. I try to stay up with that, but they don't tell you. And how do you?
For fun today, now that you have the paid version, go ahead and download one of your reports from Amazon. How you then sort them in Google or Excel sheet yourself, and upload that report in here and ask it the questions. Which is my best-selling
ace? I'm going to take that report,
whatever it is that you want to ask, and it is so fun. It just, instead of you figuring it out and doing it, you just ask it, and then in seconds you have your answer. It's great. I'm so glad. Welcome to the dark side of AI. No,
I'm loving it. Okay, so summary. Review and reward your listings. Build compliance first mindset. That's garbage. Keep monitoring enforcement patterns. Garbage. Prioritize trust over hype. What?
Yeah, I ignore that part. You just want the meat and potato part that you want. I always ignore all the other stuff.
I did find, so I was listing, that's my other question for the group out here. I was doing Walmart listings all day yesterday, and you have to upload an image of the ingredients, and then it wants you to put all the ingredients in the box. So all I did was I uploaded the picture of the ingredients, and I told ChatGPT to give me a summary of all the ingredients in paragraph form using commas, and it spit it out in 2 seconds. So then just copy and pasted it into my Walmart listings. So my question for the group out here, if anybody knows, please comment below. If you're doing a flat file on Walmart flat file, how do you do the URL for the image so that it is in compliance with Walmart regulations? Because doing it in Canva, like I was doing for my ingredients list, did not work. Walmart did not like that. So
I did my URL off of Walmart. They have those URL websites like tinyurl.com. I know that's one. I've always just hosted mine on those free URL type sites. And every time I've done that with Walmart, it's been fine.
For an image going into a flat file, because they said they couldn't download the image based off the URL.
Oh, okay. There is also an image host. I've used that before with Amazon when I've had to create cases to fight Amazon. Um, you can do an image. You can also do an image URL link. The one that comes up first, I think I've used it before, is that IMGBB.
Got it. All right. Already on it. It came.
No, that one's not free. Never mind. There's a free one. Maybe just, search that, go through them. There are some free ones, and maybe just Google free image URL.
Boom. Okay. Okay. So I love Reddit. Oh, man.
Speaking of Reddit, Melinda. I am so, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, Melinda says she hasn't tried it in a flat file. Yeah. I only had 6 things, so I was trying a flat file, and I'm like, screw it. For 6 items, I'll just go list them one by one because it will take me longer to figure this out than to just list them. But I did want to know going forward.
When you mentioned Reddit, I'm so glad you said this. So I've actually tried it this week. I on several different Amazon reselling newsletters. And this newsletter I got this week, the idea that was in there was very brilliant. And they are talking about AI. So now with Amazon, with the search engines, even Walmart, and just the good old Googler, if you will, is when somebody is searching something and AI is giving the results. AI is searching one of their number one links that they search, and you'll see those little reference links icons oftentimes in ChatGPT of where they have scrubbed. Yeah. One of the sites that they scrub for information is Reddit. So where I'm going,
that's good and bad. I love Reddit.
Where I'm going with this is if you are, say, a private label seller and you are selling, I don't know, what is something, I'm trying to think of some groups on Reddit that I'm in. If you are selling an item, I'm sorry, this baby's down. Well, he wants to pull these cords out.
Just put them on your lap. We love to see them.
Well, currently he's chewing on my laptop cord, but he's also like yanking the whole bar out. All right,
Tina goes dark. We know why.
If you have an item, maybe you are selling a board game and you're in a Reddit family game night thread. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of something. Or if you sell these kind of viral suitcases that you can pack your stuff in the suitcase, and the suitcase has a flap on it that has that vacuum. Yeah, that vacuum seal suitcases that sucks your clothes down smaller. Those are pretty viral on social media and have been for about a year. Mm-hmm. Maybe you sell those. So maybe you are in a travel group on Reddit. You can start a thread about these suitcases, or you can go in when someone's asking, like, how can I pack for 2 weeks Europe trip, but only take a carry-on bag? Like, how can I do that and not have to check a bag? Well, you can now put links in there. You can put an Amazon links, because links have always been allowed. Oh, I bought this great suitcase on Amazon that vacuums 3 weeks worth of outfits down into a carry-on, whatever. You can make a comment and put the link to your item in that thread. You can create your own threads. Like, what's the best carry-on luggage that you guys have? I found and love this one. What are your favorite, so it looks authentic. So it doesn't look like you're trying to spam your product in these groups. Well, what will happen is AI will pick up on that, and it will help you come up in search results. And so I actually tried it. I put 2 links to 2 of my items in Reddit, and I don't know if I sold any from it, but somebody, how in Reddit you can give that little arrow up, I forget what it's called, where people like. It's like equivalent of a like. Somebody liked the link that I shared. So I am now joining some different Reddit groups, and I am posting links that look natural, like they apply to the question that was asked, or so start putting links to your products in groups that are relevant to the type of product that you're selling, and it will help you come up with these AI search results. You can come up as a suggestion within ChatGPT. If somebody on the internet is asking, like, what is great carry-on luggage that can vacuum down my clothes, and now you are been posted in Reddit a few times, maybe you had a lot of, folks, That's what it's called. Maybe you had a lot of upvotes on your listing at before that, or your conversation about it. You may very well come up as a result, even within ChatGPT. Now,
Okay.
yours doesn't show the references, does it? See,
No. What I did was I said, make me a natural looking question post for a Reddit highlighting
okay.
a suitcase that vacuum packs that I can post to boost my product.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Oh, it's so bad, but it's
Yeah.
good.
So,
It's
yeah, I just tried that this week. So definitely use Reddit to market your products because AI is scrubbing Reddit.
Oh, I'm going to do that for something. Abso-freaking-lutely. Oh, goodness. Yeah. And I'm just going to have ChatGPT write me in a post because I don't know. I could do one or two pretty good, by myself thinking wise. But then after, like with some of these things, I had to do about 50 product descriptions this week.
Mm.
And I could do one or two, but then they start to sound the same. And I'm just replacing out the words for different product, like very similar wordage. So copying and pasting into it was so much faster, and it just saves the brain power because
Yeah.
doing 50 descriptions by myself is a lot of brain work. And really, I don't really care. Nobody's really looking at product descriptions on Amazon for anything. You're using it for the SEO. You want the SEO in there. So I tell the ChatGPT to write me a 3-paragraph or a long paragraph, one of those two, of a product description maximizing SEO for products sold on Amazon. And then it will do that for me. And it just takes a lot of, gosh, I remember doing all the descriptions by hand eons ago, and
Oh, yeah.
it
Now
would take a long time. And
yeah.
then I
Other
still
things
don't know.
were easier, but that was harder, right? Now, things that used to be easy are hard, and things that used to be hard are easy. It's taken a flip flop.
Yeah, I'd use Cerebral from what was it, Helium, and
Yeah.
Cerebral would give you words or phrases,
Yeah.
and anybody can put together a description, but golly, it just does it so much better. It has been nice. Okay. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes, I haven't asked this in a long time about giving those thumbs up and liking and subscribing. If you're here, you probably already subscribed, so thank you for being here.
Thank you.
On a very off-topic note, I don't know if any of you are fans of reality TV, but I love Amazing Race, and I also love Big Brother. So Amazing Race is coming out in September, and the whole cast of Amazing Race is all Big Brother celebrities from the Big Brother show. So all the couples on Amazing Race are all from different seasons of Big Brother as the contestants. So I am excited for that. I know
I've never seen either show.
but I do.
Couldn't tell you. Could not tell you.
I love a lot of different reality TV.
And that's okay. I have been known to watch, what is it? The one where people meet and they're in pods and they don't see each other.
I don't know. I don't watch whatever that is.
I don't know. It's so dumb, but yeah, we all have our garbage TV we like. Excellent, excellent. All right. Any other questions that we had planned out?
I shared everything I had.
You shared.
And I forgot about the Reddit. So I'm so glad you said Reddit. When I shared with you the ideas that I had, that was one of them. But when I was sharing them with you, I was like, what were all of them? I feel like I'm missing something. And that was the something I missed. So the Reddit thing is huge. For those that get AI or that have your own products, this will be huge for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Well, I'm going to go to our question board here. Hold on. All right. This one's interesting from Teresa. I have tried a single beauty brand on Frontier site and even Herbal Essence to ungate beauty, and it will only let me ungate the individual brand. Let's talk about ungating because I've read and followed so many things on ungating. I know Ian posted in the group, was it yesterday or the day before?
Yeah.
about having to buy 400 units for something, and is this new or whatnot? But yeah, for ungating, a lot of things are now 400 units. And a lot of the typical ungating sites are not working. Now, his question in the group was about Woot, and Woot
Yeah,
is
using Root as
Amazon.
a supplier. Yeah.
So I wanted to put that up there. Is Woot. And then, have you seen any workarounds for the ungating?
As far as what sites to use or
Yeah.
suppliers to use, there are a couple of sites online that I usually will recommend to people. And that Winer's site is one. It still works for ungating.
Okay.
But if you're trying to, they may not have all the brands and their prices might be too high when you need 300 of them. It really just depends what it is that you need.
This is Winer's, by the way.
Yes, you have to have a tax reseller license to buy from this site. They're more meant for like gas station stores. So that's one reason why I've liked them for so long, is because you're just getting the little small sizes, but you can find these items on Amazon. So if you're just needing health and beauty, and it doesn't matter what health and beauty product, I would try to find one that, of course, has a 10 buy count. If it's for a particular brand, like, Bayer right there, I'm going to use that as an example, and you need to get 300 units of these Bayer aspirins, it's going to cost. It just is, no matter what supplier you use, if you're having to buy 300 of something, it's going to cost. Even at $1 an item, if you were lucky to find it that cheap, you're still spending $300 on that ungate, and maybe on a product that's not really going to profit you. Generally, when we're trying to ungate with something inexpensive just to ungate the name, because our source for buying the product is maybe Bayer, but it's a different listing than the one we're getting ungated, and we're buying it at Walmart for maybe 4 times the price of this little size. So you can't ungate with your Walmart receipt on Amazon. And that's where it's like, what do you want to do? It depends how bad you want to sell it. Are you willing to find the supplier and maybe be out the $300 on something that doesn't have a profitable resale value for you?
Yeah. So they're still my go-to, one of my go-tos for getting products at a cheap price, because they do have the little travel sizes.
Yeah.
I always tell people, like, if you don't mind eating Nutri-Grain blueberry bars, get 100 of them. It's going to cost you, $100.
But now you have stuff for the break room, the kids' lunchbox, whatever. That's what I usually tell people. If it's more about a category, then just get something you'll at least use.
Yeah. I did type in Woot, and it is owned by Amazon, and it's a discount site. And from my knowledge, Woot does not ever work for ungating for anything. I've never, ever heard of it working.
I've never heard of it either. Did it used to, because Amazon owns it? So is it kind of like buying directly from Amazon to get ungated on Amazon? You know how now when you're trying to get ungated, it might say 10 units. Unless you're buying from Amazon, you have to get 50 units. So do they consider it buying from Amazon and you have to get more, or they're going to flat out deny it? I've never, ever tried it. I've never even thought about trying Woot. It just has never been on my radar.
Yeah, as far as I know, it's like they're discounted junk they're trying to get rid of. So I've never thought to use them, and I have read a few threads that people tried and it didn't work. So it's never worked to my knowledge in the past. I don't know, I'll say 5 years. All right. Should the business email for Amazon be your brand name or company name? Do you have to have an LLC match the brand name or company name?
Your email doesn't matter.
Yeah, my email is not my brand name or my company name. You can have also
Hotmail. No, I'm just kidding.
I still have a Hotmail account. Don't make fun of me. That's for my junk account, though. I think people don't get so there's times in life where you want everything to line up. Most of the time in Amazon, you do want things to line up. You want to have a good email that they can contact you on. You want to have your brand name and your store name and your product names all kind of have a cohesiveness based on whatever you're doing. If you're selling dog toys, you may want to be, like Lucy's Dog Toys is a brand name, and something that all flows together so that it makes sense. Because when you have to prove verification, you need to have your business license match your bank statements, match your IRS, match your EIN, all the things to do there. But you know what? There's a lot of times when you don't want to match up. Like if I was creating Reddit threads, have a couple of alternate personalities.
Yeah, well, on Reddit, it's not your name. It's like they give you some. When I signed up for Reddit, Reddit just gave me some random name. I can't even tell you what the name is off the top of my head, but it's always something silly. So it's not even your personal name on Reddit.
I'm just saying that you can have.
Yeah.
I have probably 6 different emails that I bounce between based on whatever I'm doing for business or personal or whatever. And then I have a couple other alternate, I'll say alternate personalities. They're not alternate personalities. Like I talk about my Hotmail. My Hotmail has been around since I think 96. It's been around for a hot minute. And when I created it, I used my grandmother's name. And that's because she was on my mind at the time. And I didn't want to have my name out there. But now it's really handy because if I need to sign up for something for whatever to get a 10% discount or whatnot, it's kind of my junk because I can go check it, get the code that I need to get the discount. And when people start spamming me and they're using the wrong name and the wrong location and the wrong address, I know that it's nobody that knows me. Now, I recently created a new one and it's a male. So I now have a male personality.
You're so funny. You're like, you should love reality TV because all these reality TV stars also have alternate personalities and comment on threads where people are hating them about how great they are. So
but sometimes you just want to have an email to sign up for stuff. Now I did see on I didn't bookmark it here recently, but there is a site that allows you to create an email that will last for 10 minutes so that all you can do is sign up for stuff. You know how you can sign up and get a bonus and you can get that code?
Oh, okay. So Melinda did have a question about how are things on Walmart. I right now am not loving Walmart. They, as you know, they did a mass deactivation of if you sell pet supplements, beauty, health and beauty, from toothpaste to mascara to deodorant to lotions. And so it put a lot of people out of business. Then there have been deactivations almost on the daily. And I am in a Reddit thread for Walmart sellers. And that's what's posted on these threads every single day is my account just got deactivated for no reason. I've been an Amazon seller for, 12 years and I don't feel like I'm a new reseller and I don't even know why they've deactivated me. And some people were still during their phase where they had their free onboarding coach. And they said, I've even reached out to my onboarding coach, and my onboarding coach has messaged me back saying that, yes, I see you're deactivated, but I can't even do anything about that. Once you're deactivated, you're deactivated. And so Walmart just seems to be getting rid of sellers and nobody knows why. It's not like, oh, well, I did have some late shipment or I did have, these people are absolutely clueless. So right now, especially after that Amazon deactivation, once I see Walmart now behaving in that way, and in some ways worse than Amazon because they're not giving any reasons. And in true Walmart fashion, you open a case, you ask a question, they don't respond. Like I've had a Squishmallow approval pending for almost a year. I'm just Walmart in the beginning was giving me the feel goods because it was like old Amazon. Sales are much slower on Walmart. The same item that you sell on Amazon, 50 a month, you may sell one on Walmart. Like it does not have the same sales velocity. So for those people who are making a living on Walmart, I congratulate them because I never was able to quite figure it out that way. I was really liking Walmart. I have my Walmart account. I still have things at Walmart. I will still sell on Walmart during Q4, but it's not giving me the feel goods.
Yeah, I'm with you right there. Both my items and when we speak in some of the private groups, and then I have one client that's on Walmart, none of the sales have been good. Everybody has been complaining that sales have been down on Walmart. I don't know if it's the summer generalness of it or if it's just flooded or what's going on, but it has been just slow, like not really worth the time and effort being put in and in a general consensus. I did find these you can find temporary email things, and this is used a lot for free trials. So if you are on a budget or just want to try something out and you're not, you know how you can get like a free 7-day trial for a lot of different programs and stuff. Temporary emails are the way to go.
And if you look underneath that, because that top part was AI generated, there's little tiny icons underneath the snippet. You see those little up higher, those right there. Nope, those little tiny circles, and it has plus. Those are where they pull that. See that AI overview? Those are their different sites that they have sourced. So that's what I say is that now off to the side, you can see where they pulled that answer from. And a lot of times what's over there on the site are Reddit threads. Hence, going back to my thing about Reddit, post these things on Reddit because the AI pulls. Reddit is one of their sources. So when you start looking at these AI overviews, kind of click that open just to see like where are these things coming from, and can you start, making a blog post or anything about your Amazon product so you can come up in these search results.
Well, we were talking to somebody, this was a while ago though, and they had a inauthentic claim from a company and they wanted to reach out to the company. I think it was John or JR, one of those guys. And I'm like, just email them or talk to them. And they're like, but I don't want to give away my information. This is the case. Create a little fake email and message the company or get a Google phone number and call so that you don't have to give your information out, because the last thing you want to do is become a target if you're trying to get somebody to retract a claim on you within Amazon. Oh, all right. So what are you doing today, Miss Tina? You doing baby stuff?
I normally never have them on the weekend, but mommy has been at a girls' bachelor weekend and my son's in a golf tournament. So I'm playing baby this weekend. So right now my husband is trying to entertain him till I get off of here.
Very nice. Well, my refrigerator went out yesterday, so we are talking about refrigerators today.
Oh.
Just the ice maker. So it's not like we're not dying, but it's 22 years old, so it's time. Like, we need to put it down. It needs to go. And then we had started, I've got carpet and we got flooring, and we've been working on flooring. So not fun things here, but I got to get this done so that I can start packing my Walmart orders up, because I think everything will be through when you do hazardous items, it takes 24 hours for them to approve the listing. And if I did those yesterday, I'm hoping they'll be done by today. Then I can get that worked on. All right. Well, everybody out there, you guys have an amazing week. We are creeping up on Q4. If you have not started sourcing or thinking about Q4, let's get going. It's time, because my plan is to have most of my items, if I'm going to FBA them, probably by the end of October to have them sent in. So 'tis becoming the season. I can feel fall in the air. We got the first pumpkin spice creamer at the store this week. It is turning to the seasons.
All right. Well, have a great weekend.
Yep. Have a great weekend, guys.